Finance and lending is always an important consideration for individuals and businesses when they are looking at purchasing certain assets. Keeping this in mind, I'd like to introduce you to Adam Rugg, who is the resident Finance and Lending Specialist Advisor here at Wilson Pateras. Thanks for joining us today, Adam.
Thanks, good to be here.
Adam, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
I've had 16 years experience in banking and finance, last 9 years in mortgage broking, and before that a lot of time with the big banks. 10 years in Sydney and the past 3 years in Melbourne, so I understand those two very different markets well as well. I've completed transactions all over Australia, rural properties in Victoria, New South Wales, WA, residential properties in Brisbane, Gold Coast, Darwin, and even a couple of transactions on Norfolk Island. So.
How can a Wilson Pateras lending advisor help me or potentially a client with regard to their affairs?
The last 8 years I've worked pretty extensively with financial planners and accountants as an extension to their team and really adding to what the financial plan and accounting plans that are put in place for those clients as just an extra string to the bow. Whenever we do finance, we then probably work alongside the planner and accountant to make sure it is what's best for the client and it's part of that long-term financial plan for the client as well.
How do you see the current marketplace at the moment, Adam, and the issues facing the finance and lending environment as they are currently?
Probably the biggest issue at the moment in the lending space is borrowing capacity and serviceability. A lot of clients are coming to us and being told by their banks that they can't purchase the property they want because they can't service the loan, or that they potentially have to sell some properties to be able to purchase the property they want. This is because since about July last year, the ASIC has really clamped down on borrowing capacity for lenders. So previously, servicing capacity was about 2% above what the rate is. So current rate's at about 4%, you'd be looking at 6.5%. At the moment, that tier is about 7.5% to 8%, so almost double sometimes on what the rates are. Plus then every calculator is different as well. So some don't take into account negative gearing benefits, some do. Some take in all rent, some take in none, some take all bonuses, some take a percentage. So it's a real struggle for clients at the moment to get a real understanding as to what they can borrow. The old days of clients calling up on a Monday saying, oh, went out to get some milk on Saturday and I bought a property, those days are sort of gone at the moment because it's too hard to be really sure. All our existing clients that were like that, I called them up straight away and said, please don't go buy anything on the weekend until you check with me. So I'd really urge clients at the moment to if they're thinking about purchasing sometime in the near future or looking at the moment, to really get a solid understanding of their borrowing power. And potentially even making sure you follow that through with a pre-approval.
Yeah, and that's where your knowledge comes into the marketplace. Potentially, you know which bank to go to or which provider of finance to go to, knowing exactly how the calculators work and how effective a potential application with them will play out.
That's correct, and they're all very different as well. So recently, an investor client of mine came to me wanting to borrow some more money for another property. I did 15 different calculators with 15 different lenders, and I got every single calculator had a different borrowing amount on it. So that just shows sort of how tough it is at the moment in that marketplace.
Thank you for your time today, Adam.
Thanks.
If anyone has any lending and finance needs, please contact Wilson Pateras or one of your principal advisors. Thank you very much.